All right, first drive of the season for the Colts. We've got a bootleg. We're going to get Doyle in the crosser. Mo Alley Cox running the sail route. Michael Pittman's going to come across formation, leak out into the flat. And Seahawks do a great job covering on this play. As you can see, Doyle not there. Alley Cox covered. You've got Pittman here. He's not even at the sticks yet. It's pretty well covered. This is kind of just showing that mobility that Carson Wentz still has to a certain level. Maybe not what he's had in the past. But he still definitely has an element of mobility to his game, and we see that here. He ends up gaining about 8 yards on a play that was well covered by the Seahawks. And that ball is not fumbled. He gave himself up, so it's not actually ruled a fumble. Here's a 3rd and 5 play, and you're going to get these two quick little hook routes, little curl routes. You're going to get Pittman running this dig over the middle. And, Wentz wants to go over here. Both well covered, and by the time he tries to work back to the middle to the dig, Pittman, sack. Pressure in his face, number 73, the left tackle, gets beat immediately off the snap, and Wentz just doesn't have a chance here on this play. Looks right, not there, coming back middle, and at this point you see he hasn't cleared Bobby Wagner yet, which would have been the window. Wagner's headed downhill. Pittman's headed this way. If you give him another second, he can make that throw, but the pressure is there. And the play is over at that point. Here you've got the Seahawks bringing some pressure. And they're bringing 5. There's 5 in protection, but they're going to end up with a free rusher. Wentz knows where his hot is. Michael Pittman on this slant route right here. See his eyes start left. And he just gets back to the middle, hits Pittman for the 14-yard gain on what a half second later would have been a sack and a big loss. You're going to see right here. Has that glance over, sees that rusher coming, finds his hot route, and gets the ball to him just in time. Here you've got Wentz's first touchdown of the season. Zach Pascal on just an out and then back up. Jamal Adams rotating into a blitz right before the snap. Bobby Wagner is going to come out into this zone, and it's just well timed up. See that out and that up by Pascal, and then boom. Put it on him. The ball, if you want to be nitpicky, it is slightly behind Pascal, the receiver, number 14. Obviously still caught, catchable, and still counts as a touchdown. And this is what I'm talking about with the, where it is. You want it on his numbers, get it in a decent enough zone where he can still make that catch and get that first touchdown of the season. You're going to get a little version of Spider 2Y Banana here. The fake to Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman leak out into the flat. This kind of shows that, I don't know if the word is reckless or whatever, gamer side of Wentz that you love or you hate. I think you have to love it and hate it because it's not going anywhere, but he just flicks that ball over to Pittman. You see, this is where they want to go. You've got this down here, but you've got too much pressure coming to be able to flip your hips and make that throw down there, right? So we're not going to talk about that. The ball's going to Pittman here. You got Adams sitting out there in the zone. Wentz waits just long enough, gets Adams to come up, and then he just kind of flicks that ball past him again because he can't make that throw the way you're supposed to. It works here. You'll see times where it looks more reckless than this, but this is part of Wentz's game. Love it or hate it. That's part of it. Now on the next play, we've got 3rd down. Straight up man across the board with the single high safety and man-to-man everywhere else, trying to isolate Mo Alley Cox on this fade route, and just puts a little too much on it, right? Cox wins at the top. You try to put it kind of up top, back shoulder somewhat, and Wentz just puts a little bit too much air under it, end up having to punt this ball. right? Just a little too far out of reach. If this ball's right here, I think it's caught. So just a bit too far. All right, we're coming out of halftime now. Wentz doesn't trust his eyes on this play when he should. You're going to get Jack Doyle just kind of running a little out. Here you're going to get a bit of this flat, and then you're going to get a deep slant and just an in. And this slant right here is where Wentz wants to go. He looks away from Doyle at first, looks at Doyle, doesn't want it, wants the slant, and almost throws it, but decides not to, right? You see him look at Doyle. Doesn't go here. He comes back to the slant. And he's about to throw it, and it's there. Put this thing on his chest right here, catch, maybe run. You've got Jamal Adams. He's going to come there in a second, but it may be a catch and run situation if you hit him. And you see his arm going back like he wants to throw, but he hesitates. Ends up essentially throwing this ball away. Actually throwing it away. First game with the Colts, so maybe there's some hesitancy there for some reason. But you'd like to see him just kind of, make that throw to 1 to 2, go from 1 and then to 2 and just hit 2. Don't look back. But once he doesn't, then that's when he starts to get a little frazzled in the pocket. But there's definitely hit this throw right here and you're good to go. Colts struggled on third downs in this game. They were 5 for 13. Here we've got 3rd and 3. You've got a dig route. You got this corner route from the bunch. You got a little curl route, and you've got a route into the flat. Now, the Seahawks are all over this. They're doing a pretty good job of covering this. His first is going to be Michael Pittman. He comes off of that pretty quickly and goes to 2, which is the dig route over the middle. Now, then the heroic start. The pressure comes. The heroic start almost makes a play. He starts off right, again, looking at Pittman right. Now, before Pittman even completely turns around into his break, he's working back to 2, which maybe is not wrong. He sees this right here sitting on it. Wagner's headed over there. It's tough to say whether or not he needs to just stay on this and make this throw. He does work back to 2, but by then the pressure does start to arrive. I think the key of this play would be, and you see his escapability. He's able to escape. Now he's not able to connect on the end of that, but I think he leaves his pocket a little too soon. Gets a little too antsy week 1. Right, because the dig has not cleared yet, but wait another half second and it has now. Right now you've cleared. Wentz is out of the pocket at this point, and if I play it from the end zone angle, the pocket is starting to collapse. But you can stay in this pocket still. You could even take a step up in this pocket, and this route is starting to clear underneath. So I think maybe just leaving the pocket too early here in the situation is the main thing I would take away from this play. But the Seahawks are covering well at the same time, getting good pressure. Here's another one where I think I would say we're leaving the pocket too soon. Got this and this, that, and that. Empty. Seahawks are getting pressure, right? They bring 5. Pressure starts to come. And the pressure is actually, the pocket has collapsed at this point. But again, I'm wondering if right here, this is where you just make this throw. You just stand in there and make this throw right here or right here, rather than trying to escape the pocket again. And again, show you from the end zone angle, right? I mean, I think that's number 97 is that Reed gets through too easily. Maybe take a slide and then hit one of those in-breaking routes, those slant routes, rather than leaving the pocket when you did. Let's see that one more time here. Week 1, again, jitters, and he's been under a lot of pressure. This was not a theme necessarily throughout the season, but start off, you see the 97's there. You're looking right. You want to throw to Mo Alley Cox. I think that you don't have to bail just yet. Go right here. Go right here. Just stand in there, take that shot, which we know Carson Wentz can do. Again, escapes, and at the very end of this play, I want to point out, getting rid of that ball, that's something you'll see that at times, until that knee is down, he's trying to get that ball out of there, and it can get him in trouble sometimes. And here we've got another 3rd down, and really I think Carson Wentz is really not given a chance on this play. You've got Jack Doyle coming on this crossing route underneath. It's 3rd down and 8. Gets to the top of his drop, and this is when that ball would be coming out. And if you want to say, hey, yeah, that ball should be coming out right now, sure, maybe, but this pressure should not be here that fast. Really not given a fair chance in this play, even if Doyle would have picked up the first down, which I'm not sure is a guarantee, but you'll see that the pressure off the left side of that line was coming nonstop. You've got to be able to protect for your quarterback longer than that. Give him enough time to execute the play. Right? And he's looking at Doyle. He wants to throw this. He's getting ready to, but he's not really given a chance to. Here's another play just to show how much pressure Wentz was under all game. This is an RPO. It's a bang-bang play, but you are not supposed to have that little time to get this ball out. Not that fast. Boom. Give enough time to make that throw. Yeah, no, it doesn't happen. Puts it at his feet, but that one's not on him. Got to give your quarterback enough time on this RPO to make the throw. Gets crushed. Here's a good play. You got good protection, given enough time. He's going to hold that safety, hold the linebackers with his eyes over the middle, and then make that throw on the deep dig to number 17. Gets good protection here. And then, boom, makes this throw. Stops him up just a bit. Almost allows the cornerback back into the play, but not quite enough. Boom, middle, and then just rip that ball in there. And he's got a cannon. Here's a play Wentz doesn't read out too well. You're going to have this, and then you're going to have an underneath, a bit of a high-low for Reed here. He's going to pick the high, and so does Wentz. Throws it up there, kind of forces the issue when he really should be just hitting the underneath here. Ends up sailing it over both their heads. Maybe that's an intentional last-second kind of thing where you see him there instead of throwing that interception, but doesn't read this one out correctly. Thinks he's going to jump on this, so then he takes the over, but he actually does move with the deep corner route, and Wentz should be taking that throw right there. Manages to keep it out of harm's way. Here we've got 4th down. Colts going for it. Haven't been able to move the ball much all game. Really need to score here. You're going to have Hines here. This. You're going to have this underneath. You're going to have Doyle over the middle. Protection is going to be an issue again, right? Starting off left. And again, is Hines where you want to go with the ball? At this point, he's working back over the middle to Jack Doyle, who is open. Also, pressure at his legs. Sack. Not incomplete. Sack. Starts off again left. Comes back over the middle. And he's about to throw it to Doyle. He wants to throw it to Doyle. Pressure's there. Too fast. And you'll see number 72, that right tackle. Just watch how easily he gets beat. And put on the ground. That's embarrassing. Reading it out, moving the defense to your eye, moving the defense to the left with your eyes, trying to come back over the middle, boom, and just no time for that. But this is where your first down should be. Game is mostly over at this point. The Seahawks up 28-10. Colts just trying to get something going here late in the game. You'll see Wentz just with the strong throw over the middle, climbs the pocket, gets some time, makes a strong throw to Zach Pascal. Now the Seahawks are just bringing everybody again late in the game, just trying to get some points on the board of what is essentially a blowout loss at this point. And just float this ball up to Pascal, get that touchdown. Seahawks bringing pressure. Wentz under pressure all game, manages to get this ball out before the pressure can arrive. Colts do a pretty decent job of picking it up. And just a good job floating that ball out there with anticipation like that. Again, this is garbage time, so just showing this just to show it, but it's not the most meaningful. Going for 2 now, just run a bootleg, trying to get that into the flat to Doyle. And you just got to make this throw, Carson, right? You just got to throw this ball and hope for the best. Hope Doyle's able to get in there. That's your only option. Takes a sack. Again, game is over essentially. So ultimately, does it affect their ability to win this game? No, but in the future, might it? Is the question. Boom, bootleg. Just let that thing go right there. Let it go and give him a chance to hopefully be able to convert that 2 points. Instead, you end up taking a sack. That hero ball mentality, you like it when it works out, but sometimes thinking you can make something happen rather than just going with what's there is what gets you in trouble. And you can see it from just watch the end zone angle. Got some confetti dropping there. He's got to make this throw right there. And don't try to extend the play or do something special. Don't be the hero. Just make the play. That's the balancing act for Wentz.